When Britain goes to war on the 4th of August 1914, it goes to war as an empire.
Because as soon as the major European powers declared war on each other, they automatically brought in their colonial territories and dependencies, and that stretched the war all over the world.
India entered the First World War through no will of its own, but by dint of being part of the British Empire. The Indian leaders, they were not even consulted.
Australia was part of the British Empire and proudly a part of the British Empire. We dreamed dreams of these green and pleasant fields, so for us going to war with Britain was a natural extension of where we believed we sat in the world.
Don't go. Don't go. Stay back, my friend. Crazy people are packing up, flowers are withering, and friendships are breaking. Stay back, my friend. Don't go.
Around 4 million non-white people from different parts of the world were recruited into the British, French, German, and American armies during the war.
You had troops from Nepal, you had troops from Burma fighting on the Allied side.
You'll have a Moroccan unit next to a Canadian unit. You'll find them running literally alongside Chinese laborers. You'll find African troops doing all kinds of menial work and logistical work.
You think the number of tons of wood you need to put in the trenches, or the number of horses you have to bring from Australia to Mesopotamia.
Of all the colonies in the British, French, and German empires, the contribution of India was the highest, for India sent more than 1 million people overseas, and 1.5 million were recruited into its army.
On the other side, the Austro-Hungarian forces were unbelievably mixed.
We actually have units where most of the soldiers consist of ethnic Arab troops, and their commanders might be Ottomans or ethnic Turks.
The Russian army was mixed in the same way. We have to see that the Great War battlefields were the first United Nations of the 20th century. Just about everybody speaking every language imaginable.
Many of the Indian politicians thought that this loyalty to the empire could later be used as a bargaining chip for greater political autonomy and independence.
In South Africa, there was a view that if they did support the war, Britain would support them in their claims for additional rights and being regarded as citizens.
Ottomans certainly entered into an alliance in order to save themselves. This was a gamble, obviously.
Despite initial enthusiasm for the war, that enthusiasm is sorely tested. Gradually, over the years of killing on the Western Front, there's a gradual disillusionment with British command. And I think there's perhaps a disillusionment with the Empire as well, with Britain as well. Loyalties to home are no longer loyalties to England, they reside elsewhere.
The length of the front means that the force-to-space ratio, the number of troops deployed on this front, in relation to terrain is less intense than it is on the Western Front.